Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the behavioral change program, and in the last episodes we've been talking about behavior change, challenges faced by Muslim youths, and barriers to behavior change. We'll be expounding on factors that lead to negative behavior change. What are the reasons that someone can actually become influenced negatively? What are the things that lead to negative behavior? One of the challenges that lead to negative behavior change is social media exposure. In that, social media has a lot of things, and most people usually share negative things. If you do not control the intake of the information that you get from social media, this will lead to someone having a negative behavior, in that you are influenced by what you watch. So in order for you to live maybe a lavish lifestyle like the people you see in social media, or in order for you to maybe find happiness, maybe you want to visit a certain area, maybe you want to do certain things, just because it has been made to look so extravagant in social media, and that thing is not even halal, that will lead to someone to resort to doing negative things and have a negative behavior. In that, social media promotes a lot of things. Of course, if I want to sell a certain product, if I want to sell something, if I want to convince you guys to follow me, if I want to convince people to do what I want them to do, I will package it in a very nice form. I will actually show you only the beneficial side of something. I will tell you that this thing is good for you. Maybe I'll show you like how, by doing something that is not nice, I am living an extravagant life. How when you use this product, you're gonna feel a certain type of high, but they do not tell you or show you what happens behind the scenes of the camera. They do not tell you. So we are usually fooled by what we are shown. I obviously won't show you the negativities of something if I want you to actually believe that this thing is good for you. In order for me to make money, I have to convince you that this product is good, this life is the life, this is what you're expected to do, you're young, have fun and everything, and all sort of things. I will not show you like behind the scenes what I'm really going through. What we see in a 10 seconds video, a 1 minute video, or even a 30-minute video is not usually what happens on the ground. So one can have negative behavior change since they're convinced to do this through social media, which it's only a click away. So social media has contributed to a lot of negative behavior change in people. Another challenge, and something that actually attributes to negative behavior change, is family dynamics. A person comes from a dysfunctional family. We are not perfect, yes, and every family has issues, but dysfunctional families, in that emotionally unavailable parents, or maybe separated parents, a lot of things. So someone, instead of like finding ways to actually overcome that challenge, someone finds ways to ignore the family issues and everything. So someone may resort to other things that are negative, that negatively affect them, either health-wise, physically, mentally, and all sorts. So family dynamics and all the issues and everything that happens in families, if they are not addressed at an early stage, or if someone does not actually acknowledge that they're going through something and just ignores them, and find ways to ignore certain things, they're going to have negative behavior change. Maybe social anxiety, or even emotionally unavailable, or detachment from the society, because you feel like this is what you're used to, okay? Your family is the closest to you, yeah? So if you are not close with your family and you do not work on it, you will not be able to be close to other people, because this is what you think is and how this is how people are supposed to behave. You're going through things and you don't address them. Yeah. Something else that could lead to negative behavior change is traumas. The traumas can either come from the dysfunctional families, they can either come from an event that you've experienced, maybe a kidnapping, maybe a fight, maybe an accident. A lot of things can lead to trauma. So if you do not work on your trauma, you do not address your trauma, you do not have psychological first aid at the moment of trauma, or afterwards, you do not like seek psychological counseling and just stay with your traumas, it's going to be eating you from inside. You have not addressed an issue, yeah? And you're just continuing to live with the trauma. It's obviously going to affect how you're going to behave and how you're going to relate with people, how you're going to conduct yourself, how you're going to do things. Your daily life is going to be affected. You might know this, you might be doing this, you might be having a negative behavior either consciously or unconsciously. Maybe you used to be like so jovial, yeah? But then all of a sudden after a certain trauma, you're so quiet because you're not comfortable. That thing is eating you up from inside. Your traumas are just there. You are not acknowledging it. You're not seeking help. You're obviously going to have a negative behavior change. Another one is mental health issues. We go through a lot of things in this life. In that, when you go through something, someone else might think that thing is not like something huge, or maybe on a personal level, you are maybe bullied, discriminated, or even in your families, you are having issues in school, at work, maybe the societal pressure to maybe achieve something. At this age, you wanted to do this, or maybe things don't usually go our way, or maybe something has not gone your way, or even you've experienced a traumatic event that could lead to mental health issues if they're not addressed either early or not addressed at all. And in order for us to actually conduct ourselves to the maximum capacity, we have to have a very good mental health. In order for you to actually give the best output, you have to have a good mental health. You cannot do something for others while you yourself, you're just dying. You're giving and giving, but you're not taking care of yourself. Mental health issues can lead to like a negative behavior change. One might resort to a lot of other ways to actually deal with their mental health issues that are not right, because you haven't like sought out advice. How am I supposed to be dealing with this? This is something maybe it's new to you, or it's something that is recurring, yeah? You haven't addressed it, or either you've addressed it, but you've used like negative ways to cope with it. It's going to be affecting your behavior in a way that you don't want it to affect you, because everyone wants to give like the best output and like live their best self. Yeah, we're usually told to do better. Then when you're at better, you learn better and also live better. Yeah, you do your best, then when you're at your best, you learn more and do better than your best. But with mental health issues, one is not able to do that. It's something that actually takes away a lot from you. It takes away your energy and everything. So I feel like we really have to address our mental health issues in order for us not to resort to having negative behaviors. And another thing that can lead to negative behavior is substance abuse. In that, maybe you're from a dysfunctional family, then you experience a traumatic event, then now you're having mental health issues, yeah? In having mental health issues, one finds ways to actually cope with it, and most of them are usually negative if you do not address the certain people that can actually help you. So one will resort to substance abuse. And substance abuse, it only gives you a high for some time. It does not, okay, you're taking this substance, you're taking these drugs in order for you to not feel the pain that you're feeling. You want to numb that pain. It's going to numb the pain for you for like maybe 10 minutes or something. And then afterwards, has the issue been solved? It's like, I have to do chores, I have to clean. Then you're like, let me go sleep. I don't feel like washing the utensils. When you wake up, the utensils are still going to be there, you see? So when you're taking substances, like drugs and everything, it does not usually do away with your problem. It only gives you an escape. It's a way for you to escape. And drugs affect our body. You might have liver cirrhosis. You might get cancer. You might be sick. You might be addicted. Yeah? Because these mental health traumas and every other thing, when you actually, you feel them, it's something that is recurring when you don't treat it, yes? So you're obviously going to have to be taking the drugs a lot of times in order for you to not be feeling the pain. So that will actually lead to addiction. Then it leads to addiction, you'll be wasting your money. You're using your money on drugs and everything. Like you cannot do without these drugs because you're addicted to the drugs. So then it's also going to lead to maybe poverty, lack of concentration. Maybe if you're working, you're in school, lack of concentration in that you're not at par with your studies. Because you're going to class high, and when you go to class high, maybe you're not understanding what the teacher says, or maybe you're going to class drunk because you're like, let me numb this pain that I'm feeling inside in order for me to actually have the energy to go out into the society. But then it's affecting your daily conduct in that you won't be understanding the lectures, or maybe you'll be sleeping in class. You can even miss the lectures because you're drunk and you're sleeping, or you're high and you just want to stay in your room. Another one is challenges that are faced is identity crisis, in that we as Muslims, we're used to behaving in a certain manner. We have our own ways of doing things, but then you find yourself in a diversified community. So when you go to that community, you find that maybe their behaviors are more fun or something. Am I really supposed to be doing this? I want to actually experience maybe what they're doing, but this does not actually go with what you know, and it does not go with what you're supposed to be doing. So if you do not actually control yourself in a diversified place full of different beliefs, different morals, different things and different ways of actually doing things, you're going to have an identity crisis, whereby you have to, this is what you're supposed to do, and you know deep inside that this is not according to what I believe in, but then these other things are also attracting you. So you're going to be having to live maybe a double life, or you're going to be doing something that is not nice. Then you come and sit and you're like, oh my God, why did I even do that? But then the next time you also go back and actually do it. So you're going to be having an identity crisis. You want to balance your deen, and at the same time you want to have the worldly pleasures. Another thing that can actually lead to negative behavior change is lack of knowledge. Islam is a very beautiful religion, and seeking knowledge does not actually end. It is very wide. There are a lot of things that lead to this. Like, we have hadiths, we have seerah, we have fiqh, we have the Quran. Those are the things that actually guide us on how we're supposed to be living our lives. And you find that I have little knowledge on Islam, and then someone else comes and actually tells me that this is what you're supposed to do. Then you do not actually go and find resources on how something is supposed to be addressed. You do not go and find the resources. So lack of knowledge can make someone actually lead a negative behavior change, in that maybe someone comes and tells you it's not even a must to wear an abaya, it's not even a must for you to like cover yourself well, as long as you just worn your hijab, it's okay. Then you have no knowledge about, like, you just grew up knowing that you're supposed to be wearing a hijab and buibui and everything, but you don't know like the main reasons as to why. And then this other person that anakuambia ati this is how, as in it's okay for you to actually just dress how you want as long as your iman is okay. So you might actually resort to that. It's okay drinking just a bit, but then as long as time for salah, you just brush, or it's okay to take mirror, you just brush and freshen up, it's fine. So if you do not have the knowledge and you like don't seek knowledge, it will actually result to you having a negative behavior change. Seeking knowledge is very important for Muslims. We have to seek knowledge in order for us to understand our religion. You have to understand your religion in order for you to do your religion at your best level. The other challenge and the other thing that actually leads to negative behavior change is societal and political differences, in that the society has these expectations of you, or the society is just doing this, so you're like, if I don't do this, I'll be discriminated. Or you want to sit at a table in order for you to maybe close a deal that will give you money, and those people are drinking. You want to work with those people, yeah? So you're going to feel the pressure to actually go and sit with them at the table there, drink with them, because people usually engage and communicate well if they have the same interest, yeah? So you're there, then you feel like you have to drink in order for you to close a deal, yeah? And also political differences. This one is supporting a certain party, this other one is supporting a certain party. You have differences. People should learn to accept that people have different perspectives of things, but you want this person to follow what you want. So it will result to conflicts, maybe even result to fighting. And fighting is very extreme. It could even result to discrimination. It's called, and the one that actually has to do things in order for them to get something, and those things do not conform with your morals, like drinking and maybe smoking. Those things are not good for your health. So your health will be deteriorating in order for you to get money. Then the same money is going to be used to actually bring back your health. So all these negative behavior changes, as we have seen, they do not bring, or they do not add any value to our lives. and we need to live our lives at our best, our level best. My level best will not be the same as any other person's level best. So if something is actually not adding value to your life, and it is actually taking and taking and taking a lot of things from your life, this is something that you should actually do away with. So on the next episode, we're going to be talking about ways of actually overcoming these negative behavior changes, or even ways to actually cope with the challenges that we usually face in the society.